All right, Kyle, I appreciate that intro to the Dietz Teach this week. It's one of my favorite lessons. It's still breaking down the psychology of gambling and what Vegas uses against you to make their money back. Really simple tool this week. 2 little fallacies to know about as a gambler that you should be aware of when you're making your mistakes and placing bets. Number 1 and number 2, they're opposites. So the hot hand fallacy and the gambler's fallacy. There's a meta-analysis by Zhu and Harvey out of 2014 out of the University of London that did research into this. It is a statistically significant fallacy. These will make you better if you follow them. So the hot hand fallacy, I'm sure you've heard it. It's just the idea that, hey, if I'm winning games, my luck's going to continue. You're going to make more risky plays. You're going to make... I don't know how to describe it. If you've ever been there, it's like you're on a win streak, you win 3 or 4 games, you start loosening up your wallet, maybe you're betting more money, maybe you're betting on games you don't research as well. You're saying, man, I'm on a hot streak, I can feel it, I'm rolling. The other one is called the gambler's fallacy. It's very similar to that, but the opposite. So with that one, if you're losing games, or if in blackjack or in roulette, it's very similar. It's the idea that, hey, my luck's going to turn around no matter what happens. It's been red 4 times in a row. I'm going to triple my money down on black. It's going to be black this time. I know it. I can feel it. That's not how it works in gambling. That's not how it works in blackjack. It's not how it works in roulette specifically. It's the idea for the gambler's fallacy is that the previous outcome will have an impact on the next game's result. And it's just not the case. It's not how anything works, right? You flip a coin 10 times. Each time you flip it, it's 50-50. Time number 10, if it's been heads 9 times in a row, it's not a 90% chance that it's going to be tails. It's just 50-50 every single time. According to the research done by Zhu and Harvey, what happens when people are on a winning streak, actually they saw some research that said if you've won 6 or 7 games in a row, there's good odds that you're going to keep winning. But what they found is that people will tend to make more and more conservative plays. So if you've won 6 in a row, you're going to feel hot, and you might actually say, shoot, I'm just going to take Patriots money line against the Jets here. I'm not going to take the -7 spread. Conversely, though, for the gambler's fallacy, people a lot of times will say, I've lost 6 games in a row. I need to make some money up quick. I'm going to do a 3 heavy favorite parlay instead of just doing favorites on each one. That's why people who are losing tend to keep losing. And they each play off each other, and it's really a tough feeling. I can get into ways to avoid this, but I definitely want to hear from you, Kyle. Does this make sense to you?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. It was like looking in a mirror, hearing you describe
Right.
it. At certain times during my gambling career, like you said, it's so tough to avoid kind of those feelings of, okay, I got to get that back. I was doing good. I know this game. I can't be wrong 5 times in a row, all those kind of things. Well, yes, you very can,
Yeah.
right? So, yes, that perfectly makes sense. So now, how do we avoid it, man? Because that's what I want to know. I got to stay out of these kind of troubles.
Well, first and foremost, what I see a lot with new gamblers is like, hey, I've lost 4 hands of blackjack in a row. I'm going to bet like 4 times my money on this next one because he's not hitting blackjack 4 times in a row. The dealer won't. Stick to unit bets. Stick to unit bets is the most simple thing you can do. Stay even with it. Don't try and get everything back in one play. Don't say, man, I'm 0 for 5. I'm not going to go 0 for 6. There's no way I keep losing, because you will. The other big thing I can say is don't blindly follow that jerk on Twitter who's posting like, hey, I'm 20 and 10 over the last 3 weeks, and I'm up $6,000 if you've been betting $753 per bet. Those are my units. That is the dumbest thing you can do as a new bettor. Do not follow people on those Twitter accounts who say that. More than likely what they're doing is once their account record gets even, they're deleting that one and they're starting a new one, and they're just getting you to pay for more picks. Or what they do a lot of times is they'll have 2 Twitter accounts. One of them will say the Broncos will win. The other will say the Raiders will win. Oh, look, I've got a 1-0 account. And they just sell it to you like that. So that's another thing.
Also, they're never posting their actual picks
right,
beforehand.
until you pay them.
They just say, oh, I'm 4-0. And you're just supposed to accept that they were 4-0.
Right.
I agree. Those drive me crazy.
Yeah, you go back and you look, maybe the last 2 weeks they've posted and it looks okay. Maybe they posted after kickoff. One team got up 7-0. You don't know. But definitely use unit bets. When you're losing, I would say maybe take more time before making your bet. I think it's easy to make those like 3-legged parlays, and you're making like the plus 600s, the plus 800s. Stick to the closer, higher probability wins. There's a reason why people who are winning keep winning, and they get more conservative. So, Dietz Teach the week. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's keep winning.
Let's do it.